Welcome to Mr. V Teaching Math. In this session, we're going to look at repeating decimals. In a previous video, we looked at rounding decimals. But now we're going to look at situations like this. If we have the question 1 divided by 3, you end up with an answer like this. If you were to round it, let's say to the 10th place value, you would look at this 3 here, look to the right and go, oh, that's lower than 5, and you would round it to 0.3. And while that answer is not bad, there is a better answer. You see, this answer goes on into infinity. Allow me to demonstrate. If we have 1 divided by 3, and by now I think you can see that as I keep going, it's going to go into infinity. This answer will go on and on and on. It will never end. In fact, every single division question that exists will repeat eventually, except for 1. That's a special number called pi that we'll be learning about later. But for now, we need to realize that these kinds of questions repeat into infinity. And while I could round it, a more accurate answer is to indicate that this number repeats. So mathematicians have a lazy way of showing this, rather than writing it all out. You put a line over top of the numbers that are repeating. This number will repeat into infinity. Now, some places do it like this, but in my classroom, I prefer the line over top, which I will show you why in a few minutes. So this indicates that it's a repeating number. It's a better answer, a more accurate answer than rounding this. Let me do some more examples. And rather than doing all the division, I'm simply going to use my calculator to show you. 1 divided by 6. Now, notice here, my calculator has done something here. My calculator has rounded. These 6's, there's a whole bunch of them, will keep going into infinity. This is actually 0.166666666, and the 6's keep going. My calculator has rounded it. Some calculators will, some calculators won't. You have to watch for this. Since this is 1 higher, it's telling me that the calculator has rounded. To write this out in the most accurate fashion would be to write it 0.16, and the 6 repeats. That is this answer written in the most accurate fashion. Another example, 1 divided by 11. 0 decimal, notice the pattern. Again, my calculator has rounded here, so I know that is the repetition. It's going to go 0, 9, 0, 9, 0, 9, 0, 9, 0, 9, 0, 9, 0, 9 into infinity. Next question. 1 divided by 12. 0.8. The 3 repeats. The 8 does not, but the 3 does. So I can simply write 0.83 and then 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 on to infinity. Some more examples. These ones are a little bit harder to see. 1 divided by 7. When looking at this answer, it is not immediately clear that there is a repetition. It doesn't look like there is. However, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. 1, 4, 2, 8, but it rounded up to 3. It's actually 0.1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, and that repeats. 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7 into infinity. Another similar example. 1 divided by 13. Look at this again. It does not look like it's repeating, but my calculator has rounded. 0.769230 0.769, but it rounded up because there's a 9 there. So this one is actually 0.076923, and this is repeating. 1 divided by 14. Again, a similar problem. 0.07142885, and this part repeats. You're far more often going to see things like 1 divided by 9, 0.1 repeating. Anytime that you have a repeating decimal, this is a more accurate answer than if you have to round it. So whenever you can, use this.